matter.
Kenny, you said on Sunday, team didn't practice well on Sunday. You said that if they played like that on Thursday, it'd be a close game with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, luckily we played one half like Wednesday and one half like Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or like Sunday.
Sure.
Luckily we didn't play both halves that way. We only played one half that way. But, yeah.
What did you make of just the 2.5 hour layoff and how that might have affected things?
It's unfortunate, but both teams have to do it, right? So there's no excuses whatsoever. We got to come out and play better in the second half. I mean, the first half, I think we played as good of a first half. I mean, obviously, we had one personal foul penalty, which led to their only scoring drive, and then we were 3 of 5 touchdown conversion rates while also milking the clock in a simulated middle eight situation to score with 2 seconds left for a young quarterback, which was good. And we had one penalty. Didn't have to waste timeouts, so we played really, really, really clean in the first half. And then you come out in the second half and you play the exact opposite. And the question is why? And how do you let a circumstance affect us like that? And that's something that I got to find a resolution to. That's something that I and myself and our staff have to find a way for that not to happen, because rain delays are very, very easy pieces of adversity. When you talk about football, that's not a difficult adversity to overcome, and we're going to have to do better moving forward, overcoming adversity. It starts as us as a staff and myself.
How do you think Jaden did tonight?
Thought he did really well. I mean, poised, collected, no turnovers. He hitched up and ran a few times. There were some pictures where the guys matched off, some different looks. Obviously, week ones for freshman quarterbacks are even harder because you can think you know the looks you're going to receive. But they had an entire offseason to put in new looks. So he knew our looks and our plan, but when you're seeing different looks on defense as a freshman quarterback, it's really hard to grasp. Whoa, that's what I'm saying. That's what this is when it's the first time out there. So I thought he did a phenomenal job. I thought he came out in the second half. He just couldn't get in a rhythm. His eyes were right. He was throwing the ball where we were supposed to be, and that's really – I have no question about Jaden, about his ability. So he was getting the ball where it was supposed to be, right? He just wasn't in a rhythm. And I got to do a better job, and we got to do a better job on offense getting him back in a rhythm. That's our number one job, is to keep quarterbacks in a rhythm. And I think after a 2.5 hour rain delay, we got to get him back in a rhythm better. So that's on me.
How was he today? Talking to him pregame, talking to him before the game, or even in the first quarter? Did you ever see freshmen?
No, he's very calm and mature. I mean, so do you see freshmen did he a little quick on some throws? You know, the game's just faster and you're getting excited on some third downs a little bit, but not mentally, not from body language, not from a leadership. None of those freshman characteristics showed up, which is awesome to see. No risk it, no biscuit, right? Isn't that Bruce Arians saying? Like, you got to play to win the game, right? And if you look back at the game, thank God we did. I mean, thank God we threw a fade with 5 seconds left, right? And we trusted our quarterback, trusted our freshman quarterback to make sure he catches and throws. And if the ball's incomplete, we have 1 second left to kick a field goal. Like, those two plays are the difference in the football game when you look back on it. And so you have to be aggressive to win in college football. I firmly believe that. And we're going to be aggressive. We're not going to play the game scared. Does that mean everything's always going to work in our favor? No. But we're not going to play the game scared. We're going to play to win the football game.
Coach, on the
Go Jordan and then Michelle.
coach right here.
Hi.
On the throughout camp, you said you weren't sure how you were going to handle being on the sideline. How would you say game one went for you?
I mean, it was good. It's harder to see run game movements. So I'd say that was the most frustrating part for me, is the game starts up front. And when you're in the box, you can really see fits and run game movements and the big picture of how teams are taking away the run. When you're on the field, you can't see that big picture as well. Or it's just newer for me to say. I'm not going to say I can't ever adapt and change from that picture, but it is newer and different. So I would say that was the biggest change for me. The clock stuff was really no difference. I mean, you can tell, I think, at the end of the first half and at the end of the game, I think not having to waste useless timeouts. And I think our guys did a really good job prepared for those moments, which in a week one with a freshman quarterback's pretty good. So I would say that's the only difference for me was just the run stunts are a little bit more difficult to see.
Is it tough to kind of assess that type of game when it was such a drastically different game from one half to the other when you're trying to assess this team?
No, because you are what you put on tape. Doesn't matter what happens. Like I said, a rain delay is one of the smallest circumstances you're going to face in a football game. There's going to be a game you're down 21. It's a lot worse than having a rain delay, right? So we got to learn how to respond. And when we lost the momentum, right, or we didn't keep the momentum, how did we respond to that? Now, the thing I did like was those are the games that you panic. Holy cow, it's 24-21. You're on your own 15. You've had 97 penalties in the second half because you've lost control and you've lost your focus, completely opposite of the first half. And you go down and you operate a 4-minute drill to win the football game, right? So that was a positive. There was a positive, you could say, at the end of the game, they got it done. And that's all that football's about. It doesn't matter who you play. It matters you get it done. And at the end of the day, the guys got it done. That's what I told them in the locker room. You got it done. You're 1-0. We got a lot of crap to fix, but you got it done. So let's move along and let's get better.
Coach, congrats on the win tonight. Obviously, it was a crazy night with the haboob and the dust storm and everything, but before all that, were you able to take a second and kind of soak it in your first time on the sidelines as the head coach?
No. Sorry. I know that's not the answer anybody wanted, but no. Like, it's football. Like, get out there and let's play the game. Like, I wish, but that's not how I'm wired.
How long will it take for you to be able to process like that? Will that ever happen for you?
I don't know, but I know I got more time than other people, so that's a positive.
For sure, for sure.
That was smooth, you have to admit. And I've talked to your kids out here, so I like you. So, you know, that was just too smooth.
No, it was good, Coach. I liked it. I did. The deep ball was working, right? And I noticed you were dialing that up a little bit more in the second half, almost as if to say, to hell with it, let's just go. Was that a part of the aggression strategy, or was that a part of you just looking at what the defense was giving you?
Yeah, well, I think when it was raining in the second half, and it's kind of crazy to say this, but it's harder to catch slants and inward breaking routes with the ball coming at you when the ball is slippery than throws, but it wasn't raining like horribly, that are over your shoulder where you catch it with your body more. Right. So it was just part of, one, his strengths, and two, it's just harder to catch slants and those inward breakers in the rainy conditions. And then he was just more comfortable with those later in the first half. So we were trying to, get him one of those to get back in a rhythm. But like I said, I thought I did a bad job getting him in a rhythm. We never got him in a rhythm in the second half. And when you play quarterback, especially young, we got him in a rhythm. He was 3 for 3 in the first drive. Right, easy completion shot. Right, he's in a rhythm. We never got back out on the field. He didn't have a lot of time to warm up. He had 7 minutes to warm up, or 8 minutes they put on the clock. He had to stretch, boom, then 3 minutes of throwing, then he takes the field. And we didn't do a good enough job getting him re-warmed up because he makes a lot of those throws, in practice, and he's going to make a lot of those throws for the next 3 years.
Coach, you mentioned the deep ball's ability to make it tough on the defense. But what about your defense? How do you think they were affected at all in the rain, and how do you think they performed in that second half?
I thought they played really well. They were the ones who won us the football game. Just to be brutally honest, they won the football game, but that's going to happen. It's a team for a reason. Is both sides of the ball come together, all three phases, to win the football game, and our defense got us off the field. Our defense got the ball back. Like I said, the drives that they gave up touchdowns were usually penalty aided, right? And that's where we've got to be better, is not getting penalties, especially personal foul penalties. And really those showed up in the second half, other than the one touchdown drive in the first half.
And Coach, obviously with Clayton's calling me from field level, was there anything else you feel that he could have done? Because in the slow motion replay, it looked like his face mask was up, but what did you see from field level on that?
Yeah, field level. I looked up at the screen. I saw the same thing you saw. He ducked his head a little bit, and I think anytime any bit of the crown of your helmet hits him, they're gonna call it. So I just told him it's a good learning experience, and you'll be back next week and try to keep your face mask up. That's all you can. That's the hard part because you never hit quarterbacks in practice. So maybe we can do something as a coaching staff in which we simulate keeping your head up while sacking a quarterback or something different. Maybe we can go get one of those robot tackling dummies or something. I don't know. They're out there. They're at the coaching clinic every year, running around chasing people.
Coach, you've praised your leadership on this team a lot this offseason. So how did you think that they did today coming into the game with all the adversity that they faced over the past week and the adversity from the rain delay?
Yeah, I thought the best moment was when Jordan Clark was running off the field in the fourth quarter, and he just said, we got y'all. That's leadership. So that's what I was pleased about.
Good.
Perfect. Thank y'all.